Sure,
Here
sure.
we have that Human Genome Sciences, and we're bidding out on another 100 put options below the market here. And that is 20 penny bid. Hit OK. And here we are. So we're lined 100 at 20, 100 at 25, and 100 at 35, and 400 at 10 pennies. MMTs. This is going to be a private video. It will not be released to the public. It'll be on a private setting. But once again, we had talked about over the weekend was how to increase our exposure just in case there was any manipulations within the structure of the Human Genome Organization that's coming up for an approval on lupus. And so far, it has met the endpoints on the sheets. There'll be a program presentations throughout this whole week. And they were granted a priority review. So they are in the later stages of it. And it's going to be the amount of lives that have been touched and saved with the drug. And had they have not had it, because there's no cure for lupus, they would have been deceased. They would not have been there to go to that hearing that they're going to go to at the FDA. Because the reason why they're there is because of what that drug has currently achieved in the endpoint model of reproducing the reproducing stage. And that gets into medical terminology. So we're not going to talk about the medical terminology on the video, but rather that it's met a complete checklist and endpoints and how the stock is being manipulated. But we're still down here. We're going to increase our dollar cost risk management exposure. So therefore, we have between now and Friday to develop this other part of this position. And our budget may go up to 12,000 on 300 more. At least we'd have 400 of those. Plus, we also have 100 of some of the other ones. We've got 100 of, let's see if that's this one. Yeah, we have 100 contracts right here, the $15 puts. And we could take a look, okay, well, if I added $5,000 more here, it would be how the premium would calculate on any downward price action or manipulation within the actual name in the short term of Human Genome. Right here it is, Human Genome Sciences. So it's very important and very coherent to be dollar cost risk exposure to what the upside pays and what the downside is. What, well, hey, that's part of what you got to give away, and that's okay. And not only is it okay, it's okay to give it all away. We would love to lose all of this money, own all of the contracts and all the dollar cost risk exposure that goes in it, and it go to zero and be just as happy as anything in this world. So therefore, we feel that that would be a good event to go through. And would be very grateful and happy to give away this side of the trade against our overall bigger profit structure that we have set up in the name. However, going into a major event, you have all those program calendars. You have not had a cure in 5 decades. That's 50 years. So therefore, in its own way, people are going to say, well, it hasn't happened in 50 years. It sure can't happen now. That's what they're going to say, and that's what they're thinking, and that's what they think.
Yeah, we have to
Because
keep in
there
mind.
has not been no cure in that length of time. So the thing that I want people to understand, the MMTs on the tape, as we go through the week with several private videos on what we're doing, That's what we're doing. And so we got 6,000 shares of the name. We would be a buyer. If they manipulated it down to 17, we even already have a share count buy program of actually owning the equity, because if there was anything year to date on that record, then Human Genome would not be going through those program presentations this week, and their patients wouldn't be coming before the FDA this week, and everything that follows thereafter, unless there was great benefits already built into the name. And so the thing about it is, we'll put science in its hand and let it do its thing. And it would be a good thing that that could happen, and the people who would benefit from it.
Yeah,
And that will be the end of this tape, MMTs. MMTs, just as a recap, I came back on the video and whatnot, and all I want to say is this. We're addressing the risk if we can get it. The con part is dropping the bid going into its program agenda week, which is this week. The technology of the drug is intact. We'll be doing a special SMF Biotech blog talk radio show. We will also talk about why SMF is upgrading Human Genome Sciences to the next large cap biotech company because of the amount of years in existence, and what they've been doing has come to such a point in time where it warrants large cap placement. It also warrants a much higher premium to what the business model is worth as the asset valuation, rather, and we just assume that it comes to a conclusion right now, right away, that it's time for that graduation. And once the graduation takes place, then the people start receiving the treatments from it. Okay? So basically, we're addressing the risk as a recap. I'm going to conclude this one now, MMTs. Okay? So our orders are out here, but we're not filled yet. So we still have to address the issue. What we need to see is that the equity price gets a pop during one of their program agendas this week. They pop it up in value so that they even can take the value of these down and the value of the other ones, of the other put options. And that way we could load up at these price levels in here. 10 cents, 25 cents, 20 cents, all right through here, 35 pennies. Okay, because we already have 100 of them at 35 pennies, and we have 100 of these. All right, MMTs, we'll get back to doing the special on Human Genome Sciences going into its final days of closing and disclosure to the public. There are probably many cancer related type agencies around the world right now waiting excitedly to see what may become of it.